All right, this is chapter 2, lesson 2.1, 2.2 quiz review. Whatever I write down up here and you write down and take notes on is fair game for your quiz tomorrow. Okay, so I have the first form we talked about was vertex form. Okay, we talked about two different forms of quadratic equations, and then the first one we're going to talk about is vertex form. Okay, that is in the form of f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Why is that called vertex form? It gives us the vertex, right? Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. Questions that you might see, these are examples, are write an equation. This is what one of your IXLs was over, okay? Write an equation, and then I'm going to give you a couple examples. If it's moved 3 units left and 2 units up. Okay, this is what one of your IXLs looks like. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the top equation that I have here as if it moved 3 units to the left and 2 units up. Okay, so I have f of x equals, did I tell you anything about an a value? No, okay, so I'm not going to write an a value. A value is 1. Okay, so I have x, 3 units left. How would I write that? It would be plus 3. Remember, we got to think opposite with the x's. So it would be x plus 3. What do I always need after the parentheses? Squared. 2 units up. Plus 2. Yep. So that's what that equation would look like. Another example, we'll do one more. If I moved 4 units right and 6 units down. Okay, again, I want you to write an equation that moves my parent function in that form. So I have f of x equals, what do I write in parentheses? X minus 4, what do I need outside? Squared, and then 6 units down, minus 6. Okay, so the first part of your quiz is going to look like that, where I give you a statement and you have to write an equation that represents that statement.
So if it's a plus sign, then it's going to be...
Okay. Next thing I'm going to talk to you about on the quiz, or ask you, okay, is about those key features. Okay? I'm specifically talking about the vertex form still. Okay, so this is key features of the vertex form. What is the number one most important thing of both forms? What do we care about the most? It comes from the word
vertex.
Vertex. Okay, so key features, vertex. Where do we get the vertex from in our vertex form?
K and the other one.
Yep, H and K. That's where our vertex comes from. What was another key feature after the vertex? What do we always talk about?
X and Y.
Max and min. What's going to help you with this? Draw a picture. Okay? So if I have a parabola opening up, that's if my a value is positive. That is a min. Okay? If I have a value that's negative, that is a max. Okay, again, max and min is based off of where the vertex is. If the vertex is at the bottom, that's the minimum value. If the vertex is at the top, that's the maximum value. Okay, what came after max and min?
AOS.
AOS, yep, which stands for axis of symmetry. Where does the axis of symmetry come from?
X equals.
Yep, it's the x value. X equals, well, in this case, we don't know what the x value is, but that comes from the h value in the vertex. Okay? What came after axis of symmetry? Yep, it is domain and range. Domain is always Yep, negative infinity to infinity. Should you miss that question tomorrow?
No.
No, it's always the same thing. Okay, what's after domain? Range. Now this one's a little trickier. You're going to base it off of the picture that you drew up top for max and min. Okay? Because range is always going to be your lowest y to your highest y. Okay, it all depends where your vertex is. Okay? Those are all the key features of vertex form. Do you have any questions over those? So example 1, I have f of x equals x minus 1 squared plus 3. Okay, what I want us to do on this example is list all of the key features. Okay, so we listed them up above. What was the first one? Vertex. Yep, vertex is a key feature. Where do I get the vertex from? H and K. What do I have to remember with the x value? It's opposite. So up here it's a negative 1. What does it need to be in the vertex? Positive 1. Okay, and then what's my y value? 3. So my vertex is 1, 3. Okay. What's next? Max and min. Okay. We have to draw a picture. Is my parabola opening up or down?
Up.
Up because
A is positive.
A is positive. Yep. So opening up. So my vertex is on the bottom. What does that mean? That's a min value. Yep. Since it's at the bottom, that's the lowest. So it's a min. What's after max and min? AOS. How am I always going to write axis of symmetry?
Big A's, little o, big S.
Right. I mean the answer. X equals, and then whatever my x value is, which is 1.
Is it H?
Yep, but I want the value. What's after AOS? Domain. Everybody, what's domain? That was one person. Everybody, what's domain?
Negative infinity, positive infinity.
That was better. What's after domain? Range. This is where the picture comes in handy. Looking at that picture, what's my lowest y value?
3.
3. What's my highest y value?
Infinity.
Infinity. Yep. Good. Let's do another example. Example 2. One more example and we'll move on. Example 2, we're going to do negative x plus 2 squared minus 6. F of x. Sorry, thank you.
I thought there was no F of X.
There will be. F of x equals negative x plus 2 squared minus 6. So, listing key features, what's key feature number 1?
Vertex.
Vertex. Where do I get the vertex from if it's in vertex form?
H and K.
H and K. What do I have to be careful with the H?
X has to be negative.
Yep, it's positive 2, so that turns to negative 2. What's my y value?
2.
What's my K?
Oh, 6.
Negative 6. Okay, what's after vertex?
Max min.
Max and min. We need to draw a picture. Is my graph opening up or down?
Down.
Down because of that negative there, yep. So do I have a max or a min?
Max.
Maximum. Okay, what's after max and min?
AOS.
AOS. How do I always answer AOS?
X equals.
X equals, what's my x value? Negative 2. What's after AOS?
Domain.
Domain. What's always going to be the domain?
And negative infinity.
Negative infinity to infinity. What's after domain?
Range.
Range. Lowest y is what?
Negative infinity.
Careful. What's my lowest y? Look at our picture here. Yep, it is negative infinity. And then what's my highest?
3.
Positive and
Negative 6. Yep.
I'll just swap, never mind.
Okay, remember our lowest is here. Our highest is here. One more thing before we move on to standard form is if I told you to graph these. Okay. What's the most important thing you need to know before you graph? What do you need to find first?
X and Y,
Which is your
H and K.
H and K, which is your vertex. Good. Vertex comes from HK. And then, how do I get all of my other points?
the key features.
Then you're gonna do the step.
Step pattern. What's my step pattern?
1, 3, 5, 7.
1, 3, 5, and 7. We learned, is my step pattern always going to be 1, 3, 5, 7?
No,
No. What do you have to check?
you have to multiply by A.
Yep, you have to check that A value. If that A value is anything but 1, you got to multiply everything you have by A. Okay. What else do you have to check with the A value?
It's negative or positive.
If it's negative or positive. If it's positive, it's going to go up. If it's negative, it's going to go down. Okay. So graphing from last chapter, everything stayed the same except this part. Okay, everything else has stayed the same. Standard form is next. Okay. What does standard form look like?
No idea.
F of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Remember ABC.
Oh yeah.
Okay. With standard form, what changes from vertex form? Is it as easy to find the vertex in this one?
Yes.
Is it as easy as vertex form?
No.
No. Okay, but can we still find the vertex?
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to jump in right away to key features. Key features of standard form. Okay, again, most important key feature is what? Vertex. How do I find the vertex if I'm not given an H and a K? Yep, x equals negative b over 2a. Because remember, the vertex is written in standard form. We have our x and y, so we have to find what x and y is. Okay, so x we find by doing negative b over 2a. How do we find the y value? Plug what in? Yep, plug in x to the equation. Okay, those two things will give you your x and your y for your vertex. Okay, that's really the only major difference. Everything else is thought out the same. So what do I find after the vertex?
Yes. Minimum, maximum.
Max and min. Okay, still draw your picture. Okay, if it is positive, that is it's going up, so that would be a max or min. Min value. If it's going down, that's negative. That's a maximum. Yep. Okay, what did we do after max and min?
AOS.
AOS. How do I always write my answer to AOS?
X equals.
X equals, and then whatever the x value is. What came after AOS? Domain. What's always going to be the domain?
Negative infinity to infinity.
Negative infinity to infinity. What came after domain?
Range.
Range. Again, range is a little tricky. You're always looking for lowest y to highest y. Yes? There was one more key feature that we added.
X and Y intercepts.
Just y-intercept. Yep, we don't really care about the x-intercept. We care about the y-intercept. Where do I get the y-intercept from? Think algebraically. It's not going to come from the y. Good guess. Think when we did on our last test, when we solved it algebraically, what did we plug in for x when we were looking for the y-intercept?
0.
0. Okay, so if I plug in an x here, or if I plug in 0 there for x, what happens?
It's 0.
0. So do you agree it goes away?
Yes.
Yes. What if I plug in 0 here?
It goes away.
Goes away. So then I'm just left with C. So my y-intercept is 0, C, whatever that C value is. Okay?
So would we be able to just look at the C and that would be the answer?
Yep. So whatever your C value is, you just plug it into here. Why can I not just put C as my answer?
Because it's not a number.
Right. Well, if C was 10, why could I not just put 10?
Oh, because it has to be a coordinate.
Because it has to be a coordinate. Yep. Make sure we're writing those in coordinate form. Okay? Example 1. I'm going to do x squared minus 8x. What did I forget again?
FX.
Yep. F of x equals x squared minus 8x plus 11. So we're going to go through all the key features again. What's key feature number 1?
What's it called? Vertex.
Vertex. Okay. How do I find my vertex if it's in standard form? We wrote it down. I'm using the ABC. What do I use to find the x value?
B.
2A.
Thank you. X equals negative b over 2a. What is my negative b?
Negative B.
What is b right now?
Negative 8.
Negative 8, so I want the negative of that.
So it'd be positive 8.
Positive 8 over 2 times, what's my a value?
1.
1. Yep. So 8 divided by
2.
2 is 4. So my x value is 4. How do I find the y value?
The y value is plug x into the equation.
Yep. Way to use your notes. Good job. So y equals, when I plug it in, make sure you're putting parentheses around it. Okay. 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 11. What's 4 squared? 16. 8 times 4? 32. And then we have plus 11. Okay, so I take 16 minus 32 plus 11. That gives us negative 5. What did that just give me? That's the y value, negative 5. Yep. So we found the vertex. What's next? Max and min. Draw the picture. Is my parabola positive or negative?
It's positive.
Positive. Where's the vertex at? Min or max?
Min.
Min. Yep. So we have a minimum value. What came after max and min? Nope, there's something before that. AOS. How do I write my answer for AOS?
X equals,
Can I just put 4?
no.
Yep, I need x equals 4.
So in standard form, to find the positive or negative parabola, so it goes up or down, it's still A, right?
Yep,
Okay.
still the same concept, yep. What's after AOS?
Domain,
Domain, what's always going to be the domain?
negative infinity to infinity.
Negative infinity to infinity. What's after domain? Range. Now, use the picture to help you. What is my lowest y value?
Negative 5.
Yep, negative 5. And then my highest y value
Infinity.
is positive infinity. Yep. Last thing. What did we add?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Where does that come from? The C. What is my C value?
11.
11. Can I just put 11? Yep. It's got to be 0, 11. Write that as your y-intercept coordinate. One more example with standard form. So example 2. If I have f of x equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 8. All right, what's key feature number 1? Always. Vertex. We are in standard form. How do I find the vertex in standard form?
You find the x, negative b over 2.
Yep, negative b over 2a. What is my negative b?
Negative 6.
Negative 6 over 2 times,
1.
careful.
Negative 1.
Yep, we have that negative out in front now, so our a is a negative 1. Negative 6 divided by
Negative 2.
negative 2 is
Positive 3.
positive 3. Yep, so that just gave me my x value to the vertex. How do I find y?
Plug it into the equation. Plug x into the equation.
Yep. Okay, everyone pay attention to how I'm going to plug this in because we got to be a little careful. Remember how I said it's important to put parentheses around what you plug in?
Yes.
Okay, so I have that negative here. That's going to stay on the outside.
That's for the 1, isn't it?
Yep, so negative, and then I put in parentheses 3 squared. So the negative does not go with the 3. Stays on the outside. Then I have plus 6 times 3 minus 8. Did I do anything with the negative?
No.
Nope, I'm going to keep it again. What's 3 squared?
9.
9. 6 times 3?
18.
18, and then we have minus 8. So we have negative 9 plus 18 minus 8.
1.
It is 1. What did that just give me?
For the one. The y.
It's for the y value, right? So we have the vertex.
Just have a question.
Yes.
So you said that the negative stays because it's for the negative 1.
Yep.
Then why does it go when we finish the equation? Does it just make the 9 a negative?
Are you talking about this value right here?
Yeah, because it isn't supposed to be a negative 1 in front of the parentheses, and so it would make it.
Yep, so if you think of this as a negative 1 here, I would still have negative 1 times 9, which would give me that negative 9.
Okay, so it just makes the number a negative.
Correct. Correct. Yep. Good question. What was after vertex? Max and min. What's gonna help you?
Picture
Draw the picture. Is it opening up or opening down?
down.
Down because it's negative. So my vertex is a
Maximum.
it is a max. Yep. What's after max and min?
AOS.
AOS.
X equals 3.
Yep. X equals, and then whatever our x value is. In this case, it's 3. What's after AOS?
Domain.
Domain. What's always going to be our domain?
Negative infinity to infinity.
Negative infinity to infinity. And then range is one of the trickier ones. Yep, my lowest, look how I figure this out here. My lowest is where?
Negative infinity.
Negative infinity. My highest is
1.
1. Yep.
How come 3 is not the highest?
3 is my x value. Range, I want y values. Yep. What's after range?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Where is that y-intercept going to come from?
C.
C, which is
Negative 8.
negative 8. How do I write my answer for y-intercept?
X equals negative, or
0.
0, negative 8.
0, negative 8.